Hey guys, how's it going? So, I've got a pretty cool video for you guys today. Couple of knives, actually both of them are mine. And I know I've got orders here, so everybody and their mother doesn't need to email me. I'm going through the orders as fast as I can. This last week and the week before, I got kicked out of my house most of the week for house showings because my house is for sale. And with the weather being so cold, I couldn't really do much of shit. So I do apologize. But I did just accept an offer on the house, and I have to be out by the end of February. So all knife orders that are currently in have to be out of here by the end of February. So everybody just cool your horses. I'm doing the best I can. But I actually own a couple of knives that I wanted to have customized by me before I shut the shop down. You know, I'd hate to go through all this crap and not have any of my own knives to show anybody. Hey, you know, I do this, and oh, do you have any to show me? No, I don't, because I sold them all or whatever. Anyhow, so I had a couple of knives I wanted to do. The first one was I've had this the titanium Quaken, which I just pretty much anodized and did acid stonewash on the blade and whatever. Well, the titanium on there, I've done so much lightning strike carbon fiber that the titanium to me was just kind of boring. So I did bronze lightning strike carbon fiber on one of the new Boker Quakens that already has the flipper. So I modded the flipper because the way that it was shaped, my finger kept slipping off of it. So I ground it down so that it flips better now from this direction. Bronze the hardware. Acid stonewash the blade, put a wicked edge on it. Acid stonewash the pocket clip. Bronze the back spacer with bronze lightning strike carbon fiber. I like it. I did have blue titanium scales on here before. Blue with a little bit of bronze stonewashing on there, which is okay. I'm going to keep them, but I think this is a little bit more traditional of what I've been customizing and pimping for the last couple months. Lightning strike carbon fiber. So that one I finished up for myself. I plan on keeping that one. I don't see myself letting that one go. Considering the fact I've customized so many Quakens, I should at least own one, right? The other thing is Spyderco Southard, and I've had one forever, and it's been in pieces forever. For like 8 months it's been in pieces because I kept using the top scale, the top liner to create scales for you guys. So I could never use my Southard. I love the knife. The only thing that I didn't love about it was the fact that it was a little bit too long, the blade length on it. Pretty much because Michigan has got a 3-inch, I don't know, depends on who you talk to. The law can be read a couple of different ways, but my local police department reads it as you can't carry a knife over 3 inches. And I am planning on moving back to Pennsylvania, and in that state you can't have a blade that is longer than goes across your palm, which is about a little over 3 depending on your palm. So if you take here's a regular Spyderco Southard that I have in for customizing, and if I go like this, it's past the length of my palm across. So it's really ridiculous because I have a concealed weapons permit and I can carry a Glock, but this is a felony. So I'm not going to risk it. I mean, you guys can. If you don't care, whatever, I care. I'm not going to risk it. So my favorite thing was the Spyderco Southard. I love that knife. The first thing that I tried doing was a full titanium liner delete. I tried this a long time ago, and this drill bit was the wrong size, so this one got screwed up. And it's still possible, and I know some of the other guys do it, but it's just pretty much a liner delete titanium. And at some point or another I would like to do that, but as I am, you guys know, or if you don't know, I'm closing my books going through a divorce, selling the house, closing books. They might be open down the road, and hopefully if they do open up, I'm probably going to start doing my own custom knives. But that's not till spring or summer, if I even do it at all, just so you guys know. So anyhow, so what you're all probably wanting to see is I shrunk my Southard. It was too long, so I shrunk it. You guys are gonna freak. So there's a factory one on the bottom and mine on top. So I changed a couple of things here, obviously. One, I brought the tip down in this section, and also Jim Skelton's got a video up, and you can go look at it. He's got a customer, well, it was a custom Brad Southard. I think he traded or sold it. I don't remember. So I took it for inspiration, and in that, this hump is not there. So I tried to do the same thing. I brought the blade down and got rid of that hump in there. So that way it just sweeps out and then goes down. You know, it's pretty much a sheep's foot. So when you do that, you also have to cut the handle down. Otherwise it's just lame. So I cut the handle down. And the blade length on this is 2 3/4. Granted, I rather would have had it at 3, but because of where the lanyard hole is, and there's also milling, a milled hole section in this top liner, you have to kind of go in between that, because if you hit where one of the holes are at, then when it comes out to the end here, you've got a funky transition. So you see the holes that are in there? You got to go around those. So that was how I came up with the handle length and the blade length. That's just where it had to be. Didn't have a choice. So also that knife in that video is it has blue lightning strike carbon fiber, which I have some here. So I put blue lightning strike carbon fiber on it. Originally I was going to do blue anodizing on the handles here, and I tried that, but I couldn't get the blue anywhere near the blue that's in this lightning strike, so it just looked funny. So on his, he did bronze. So I'm like, hell with it, we'll do a contrasting color. So we did bronze. I also acid stone washed the pocket clip, rounded the end off so that it kind of flows and makes sense. And sorry if I'm moving this around odd. I've got a new camera and there's all this crap on my screen and I can't see what I'm looking at. It's a little odd. So relocated that obviously, so that this all got cut off here, and had to drill and tap and put new holes, which the finishing this got a little bit delayed because I broke a tap off inside of one of the holes, but I got it out and finished tapping the screws. I also polished all of the screws. I polished the standoffs, so now I've only got 2 standoffs instead of 3. And no lanyard hole, and I hate lanyard holes, so it doesn't bother me a bit. I also rounded the spine and stonewashed, or acid stonewashed it. So I acid stonewashed it after cutting it down and rounding the spine, and then I went back and polished the rounding of the spine to give it, you know, contrast. And that kind of made this funky, pretty cool looking pattern here with the jimping. I think that turned out really cool because the recess areas are acid stone washed. Pretty neat. So what do you guys think? This is probably my most extreme pimp job, and granted, you know, I mean, I don't compare to like Tough Thumbs and Alex and some of you other guys, and I'm really kind of put the brakes on experimenting with new things because I knew that I was getting divorced. I knew I was having to move. I just wanted to pretty much finish up my books. I didn't want to get too extreme. But like I said, I love this knife. I wanted to customize a couple of the ones that I actually owned before I quit, like I said. And to make this knife carryable, I had to cut the blade down. That's just where it's at. So, and some of you guys are going to wonder about the flipping action on it. perfect. Granted, there isn't as much weight because you cut some of the blade off, but still flips perfect. I got the pocket clip right where it needs to be. I made this a little bit extra thick, the over travel tab on there, because Brad does that with some of his knives, so I made it a little bit bigger intentionally. It's a little short, as you can see. I've got small hands, so it's a little short in the palm. The regular Southard on me is a little long. No complaints. I love that size. I just can't carry it without fear of going to freaking jail for a quarter of an inch. And this is so cool. I'm sorry, guys. I love this knife. You know, the acid stone washing turned out really well. It's got a nice wicked edge. The rounded polished spine turned out really well. I love it. I could get rid of all my other knives and just keep this one and be content. I also polished the flipper area here, just that way that's polished, and so is the back of the spine. It's so cool. And as much as I would love to do like 10 of these, I'm really not taking any more orders. I'm buried, and I only have a month to get them done. So if I get caught up, you know, I might let you guys know if I can take 1 or 2 of these jobs, but probably not. So look to some of your other pimpers. I'm sure those guys are watching this video as well, and I'm sure they're all scratching their head going, I need to try that too. So I'm sure I'm not going to be the only person doing this, but I think this turned out sweet. I love it. Hope you guys like it. Hope you like both of them. These are going to be 2 that go into my collection and probably never leave. I got one more I'm going to do. I'm going to do myself an Emerson, and I think that's it. But anyhow, thanks for you guys' support. I posted a couple of pictures on Instagram, so if you guys are Instagram followers, you're probably looking at that. And if you're not, go check it out. Pretty cool. And talk to you guys later. And oh, by the way, if you've made it this far, I posted a couple of pictures yesterday, and Brad Southard actually got on there, and you know, he says, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said, "Pretty cool, bro," or something like that. Pretty neat. So Brad Southard himself actually posted a comment on my Instagram, and so Brad, if you're watching this, thank you very much. That was a huge compliment. I am nowhere near your level or category, nor do I claim to be. But I also know I can't afford your knives. Just can't. You know, they're worth it, but I can't afford them, especially right now. And I've had a Spyderco Southard sitting in a box that needed some justice done to it, and this is perfect. Perfect. So, thanks, and I'll talk to you guys later.